what I'm going to be talking about, fitness, how it's affected my life, how it can affect your life, how people use fitness throughout their lives, such as like bodybuilders and CrossFitters and trainers. And, yeah. Next. And this is my video ad.
Ignore the naysayers. Work like hell. Trust yourself. Break some rules. Don't be afraid to fail. I've been fortunate in several careers, and I've been very successful in several careers by believing in myself. Let me tell you, you're going to find the naysayers in every turn that you make. Don't listen. Just visualize your goal and know exactly where you want to go. Trust yourself. Get out there and work like hell. Break some of the rules and never, ever be afraid of failing. I couldn't have gone to one lifting event in my life if I would have been afraid of failing. Because of course there's a chance that you can fail. When you lift the weight, I tried 10 times to lift bench press 500 pounds.
Alright, where I got started. Fitness, I've always been kind of a fitness family. My mom, she played at Chico she was all-state for softball. My dad was a bodybuilder for a short amount of time during his 20s. And I got started when I went to Excelsior Middle School. My mom used to drop me off at Johnson Ranch, and I'd walk across the street to go to school. It's like 10 feet away. But I wasn't old enough to work out in the gym alone, so I was like 10, 12 years old. So I talked to one of my mom's friends, Emma. If you guys know Emma Dara, her mom, Sandy Dara, she's a personal trainer over at Johnson Ranch right now. And she actually told me to start doing bodyweight exercises when I was about 12. So I did dips on a chair, I put my legs up on the couch, do dips, I do push-ups, I bought a pull-up bar, just basic, I do a handstand against the wall and do shoulder presses, just anything I could get weight. I put a medicine ball between my legs and do pull-ups that way, just any way I could start working out. And then as soon as I hit 13, which I think is the legal age, doctors like, okay, you're allowed to work out now. So I worked out with my dad. He showed me kind of the ropes, his routine for about like a 45-minute session at Johnson Ranch. And it's really nice because no one goes to Johnson Ranch anymore. So you have the whole gym to yourself. And he just showed me different press-up, pull-downs, and bench press, and just basic and beginner exercise that anybody could do. And that kind of got me kick-started into weightlifting and fitness. And next slide. And currently I go to Crunch Fitness. Who else goes to Crunch?
You do it.
I've seen quite a few people here. Everybody's pretty cheap, $10 a month. Can't really beat it. And I actually have an interview there today after school to be a personal trainer. Train for that. And so I'm pretty excited about that. And I've been going to Crunch now for about 2 years consistently, 5 days a week for about 3 hours a day. I do a 30-minute warm-up, do shoulder dislocates. You guys don't know what those are. You have a bar, PVC pipe, or a band over your back, all the way around, about 20, and then single arm, other way, and then I just grab a rubber band, pinch it, and stretch to really get your back warmed up. I grab a J-band, warm up my joints and my rotator cuffs, doing different 5-pound exercises, just warm the J-band, sorry, that's Egon. Get everything warmed up, do a couple pull-ups, get everything blood flowing. In 2 years, I've never been injured. I always like preach, stretch, warm up. I talk to people who's like, oh yeah, I'm like, did you warm up today? Like, no. I'm like, oh, my back hurts. I'm like, you gotta roll, you gotta warm up. You wanna take precautionary measures and make sure that everything is good. If something doesn't feel good, take the day off. Make sure that you don't want to get hurt. If you're you can get hurt and you're out for 3-4 months at a time when you can spend the time to getting bigger, getting stronger, and focusing on your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. So I work out 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, and then for 30-minute warm-up, 2 hours, 2.5 hours of weights, and then about 30 minutes of ab work or cardio. And then I hate running, not a big runner. I have like a shuffle run, so I don't really pick my feet up, so really bad. And it's running is actually harder on your joints, on your knees, than boxing is. So I got into boxing, and I used to have a little bit anger issues growing up, so it's a good thing to get my stress out and punch bags and punch people, so that was fun. So I started boxing for a couple of years now. I started over at UFC gym in Rockland. I did kickboxing, boxing, and jiu-jitsu. If you guys don't know what jiu-jitsu is, it's like wrestling, grappling, and Mel's is in Roseville, right by the 99-cent store across from the old Hollywood Video. Back tucked in the corner, there is a Kickboxing Inc., which is the Aberoni kickboxing. We don't actually kickbox there, we do boxing. So I've been going there for about 6 months now, training. I do 2 days a week with him for about an hour and a half, and then I have a trainer for 2 days a week. And I've been sparring for about 2 months now. If you don't know what sparring is, it's kind of like, put in perspective, two football teams scrimmaging against each other. That's the same thing, except you are against another opponent. In boxing, you have your headgear on, mouthpiece, a groin protector, your gloves, obviously, and you're basically fighting each other and practicing and working with each other. So you want to choose a good sparring partner, because if they've been doing it for about 15, 20 years, they're going to take your head off, and you want to choose someone who will work with you and won't try and kill you. And one of my favorite boxer, next slide, is Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is 19 years old, or he might be 20 now. He's 18-0 professional boxing, and he was the Golden Boy boxing last year. It's not like a sponsorship, and he's 15-0 for 18-0 with 15 knockouts. And a knockout is either knocking someone down for 10 seconds, or knocking someone down 3 or more times, or the ref just calling the fight off because they're getting pummeled and they're not fighting back. And I have a couple of my favorite knockouts from him. 30 seconds.
He looks scared.
He does. He's very scared.
Throwing it out there. Run!
And he's one of the fastest boxers in the Flash. And then, I think it's 330 or 230. Yeah, 330.
Hey, jeez.
Next slide. Strength. So this is one of my favorite kind of bodybuilders, workouters, fitness people, Bradley Martin. He has his own gym down in LA called Zoo Culture. If anybody knows who that is, probably not. He's on YouTube, a couple million subscribers. But he's one of my favorite. Him and Larry Wheels, they work out together. He started his own gym. He's crazy strong, and he can bench press five plates, obviously. And how you build up your strength. When you work out, your muscles are being torn apart by lifting weights. So every time you work out, your muscles are torn apart throughout the workout, and then with rest, and you can take aminos. I'll go into that later, and they help reform your muscle fibers to become stronger. And my dad put in simple terms: after every workout, your muscles are getting like millimeters and layers and layers and layers up, a little bit bigger and stronger. So over time, you'll eventually get big muscles per se, but it doesn't work for everybody. Some people have bad genetics. Some people can't do triceps, or their chest is really, they can't form it or develop it, or calves or whatever. Some people aren't perfect, so they have to, like Arnold says, focus on your weak points and really like hone in and try and do an overall physique if that's what you're going for. And then next slide. And some of the best people at doing this are bodybuilders. And besides the whole point of steroids, they are some of the most well-shapen and perfect physique people that they train not their whole lives, but a majority of their lives, just focusing on honing in and training all the different muscle groups, trying to become as aesthetically pleasing as possible, which is the whole point of bodybuilding, to go up on stage and flex and get perfect poses. And what bodybuilders, they don't try and do the heaviest weight possible. They're not power lifters. They focus on concentration and really squeezing and shaping the muscle. Like for bench press, they won't do a full range of motion. They'll stop at about 45 degrees, touch all the way down, and go back to about the 45 to really hone in and squeeze and stretch that muscle. They're not trying to do full range of motion. They just want to shape and form everything. Like a 2-minute video on him.
Not every legend is a myth. Some are flesh and blood. Some legends walk among us, but they aren't born. They're built. Legends are made from iron and sweat, mind and muscle, blood and vision, and victory. Legends are champions. They grow. They win. They conquer. There's a legend behind every legacy. There's a blueprint behind every legend. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is my blueprint.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, 28 years old, 6'2", 240 pounds. Mr. Olympia for the past 5 years. He is preparing to defend his title this year for the last time.
All Mr. Universes in the past 5 years or so come get together in one contest and find out who's the best of all the Mr. Universes. So they created the Mr. Olympia contest, which is then the top contest. And whoever wins that is the top bodybuilder. And you are the top bodybuilder, right? Yeah.
I think that everyone knows when they get into training that you're not going to go and become a champion from one day to
Oh, sorry.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, 28 years old, 6'2", 240.
I just show one thing.
Of all the Mr. Universes. So they created the
Who is this guy?
I know his name.
Anybody?
What does it start with?
Or is it L?
Leonardo.
Lou?
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno.
Nice.
Lou Ferrigno?
He kind of butts heads apart.
Ferrigno?
See how he lost.
I believe it was
He played the Incredible Hulk,
yeah.
the 1980s TV show, the original.
Painted green.
He was painted green.
That's hilarious.
Little fun fact there for you.
for competition. You got to shock the muscle, and shock the muscle with different kind of training principles. Expose your weak points. You're gonna go and hit those marks, and then you move the bar higher, and you feel that with hard work, you can achieve the goals and you can become successful.
We can watch the rest of towards the end if you guys want to. Yeah, we got time. Supplements. A big thing are supplements. Your body either produces a very minute amount of this, or your body can produce on its own. So you have to give nutrients to it. So it's supplements, protein, vitamins and minerals, and different different things. So my supplements that I take are a micronized creatine. There's micronized monohydrate creatine. Micronized is the difference between micronized and monohydrate is just how fast it's absorbed into your body. There's not a big difference. Micronized has a little bit of less water retention. If you guys know about creatine, it's like you have to drink a lot of water, filling your muscles with water, and basically just replace that water over time with muscle. And then there's creatine. I take a branched chain amino acids, is what I was talking about earlier. For when your muscles being torn apart, the branched chain amino acids help form, they attach to your muscle fibers, reform them stronger and kind of quicker, just want to make them throughout your workout, and they help prevent soreness. Same thing with beta-alanine in the bucked up, not saying bad words, bucked up, beta-alanine, if you guys have ever held onto like a pull-up bar for a long time and you drop down and your arm's really sore and you like shake them out, that's the lactic acid building up, and beta-alanine kind of suppresses that. So I also take a citrulline malate. Citrulline malate is kind of like pump it. Old people use it too for blood flow. It helps bring blood to your muscles when throughout your workout when you're squeezing. So if you guys have ever had a really big pump, you guys know what that means. So it's basically in your muscles, like imagine blowing a balloon like full to where it's about to pop. That's what it feels like, just your muscle kind of like squeezing and really full volume. And this is equivalent, this is a pre-workout I take. I'm thinking about switching it up soon, but this is what I've stuck with for about a year now. And it has 333 milligrams of caffeine amount, which is about equivalent to 2 cups of coffee. This is one of the higher stimulants. There's some that have no caffeine at all. There's some that have about 150 grams of caffeine, or milligrams of caffeine, which is about equivalent to a cup of coffee. And I worked my way up. I started with Vapor, which was a really low pre-workout. Then I moved on to Amino 1, or Amped 1. Then I did Bucked Up, which is the lower dosage and non-stim of the Woke. And this is the high stim pre-workout. And then I'll just pass this around. There's a little bit, you guys can smell it, the flavor. And it's cap off. That's good. Okay, now there's also I think I'm switching to Lit, which has nootropics in it. Nootropics kind of like helps you focus and really hone in. And next slide. Alright, we'll show us at the end. So next is my activity. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I'm gonna show the proper form for spotting.
Oh,
the bench
Doug.
press. Doug.
Good.
Yeah,
You want help? You already got this.
Take your AirPods off.
those are AirPods.
Whatever.
Nice AirPod, Doug.
Doug lead on this with Greg.
Yeah, go use a table in front there. Use a table right in front of you.
Is your leg warm enough?
Doug, keep your jacket on. And don't...
Hey, Gabe. Take a whip. Oh, great.
That's strong.
That's strong.
Have you bench pressed before?
Quite potent.
Love you sometimes. Alright, so it's gonna be, the bar is gonna be hooked onto a rack. Put the weights on, and you can, it depends on your spotter or your person, your buddy, if they want to lift up or not. So you usually say 3, 2, 1, and you'll help them unrack it, hold it in place, make sure they have it. They bring the weight down. You can either, depending on if you're doing dumbbell bench or barbell bench, you can either squat their elbows to help them if they have more wrist control. If they have good wrist control, they have strong wrists, they'll squat their elbows. But if not, they'll go up. So you go down. You'll go down with him, have him touch his chest. Touch his chest and come up with him. But make sure you have one hand over, one hand under. If you just have one hand, they can get off balance and drop their weight on themselves, or they'll just drop it on themselves.
Oh, hey, Doug.
But otherwise, if they drop it on themselves, you're there to kind of help them, save them, and just bring it up with them and re-rack it, and keep control, re-racking it, making sure it's not going to fall on them. And then I have a motivational speech. That is the side step.
2,000 here. Oh.
I was told to my face, you're nothing but a giant muscle. You can't act. You have no future. You're an accident. It's laughable. Ignore the naysayers. Work like hell. Trust yourself. Break some rules. Don't be afraid to fail. I've been a fortunate several careers, and I've been very successful in several careers by believing in myself. Let me tell you, you're going to find the naysayers at every turn that you make. Don't listen. Just visualize your goal, know exactly where you want to go. Trust yourself. Get out there and work like hell. And break some of the rules and never, ever be afraid of failure. I couldn't have gone to one lifting event in my life if I would have been afraid of failure. Because of course there's a chance that you can fail. When you lift the weight, I tried 10 times to lift bench press 500 pounds. And I failed, but the 11th time I did it. So never give up and never be afraid of failure, because otherwise you box yourself in and you limit yourself. You all should go and be hungry for success. You should be hungry to make what is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble? The only way that I ever got any place was by breaking some of the rules. When you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter and someone is winning. Just remember that. Now, if you want to coast through life, don't pay any attention to any of those rules. But if you want to win, there's absolutely no way around hard work. Don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you would never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision. And you know that it is the right thing to do, and success will come. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't listen to the naysayers. I mean, how many times have you heard that you can't do this, you can't do that, and it's never been done before? I hear this all the time. As a matter of fact, I love it when someone says, no one has ever done this before, because then when I do it, that means that I'm the first one that has done it. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done. Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in a pocket.
There you go.
And in conclusion, fitness has helped change my life, helped change numerous people I know, and challenge you guys to do some form in your lifetime. It's dance or boxing or running or weightlifting.
There you go.